Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Rumble? So, I'm gonna tell you a hobby. One of my biggest passions is history. I absolutely love history. And especially Kazakh history, because it's so rich, it's so unique, and it's Kazakh. And I support отечественного производителя. So, tonight, I'm gonna tell you the story. The story which inspired me because I watched a movie, 22-11-63. It's a movie about John F. Kennedy. Actually, it's the movie is about a time traveler who tries to prevent assassination of John F. Kennedy, American president, who tragically got killed in 1963. The main character was played by James Franco. So James Franco sincerely believed that if he would have prevented John F. Kennedy from being killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, official version, the world would be a better place to live in. So he went to the past to prevent assassination. So when I watched this movie, I thought, what if, probably most of you have questioned yourself at some stage of your life, what if I was in another city 10 years ago, or what if I've chosen another profession, what if I was born in another country? And I thought about this too. I thought about this opportunity. What if I was able to travel back in time into 20th century Kazakhstan? Why 20th century, you might ask? Because in my opinion, 20th century, beginning of 20th century, was a decisive moment of our country. 20th century beginning, it was the golden age of Kazakh. It was a renaissance of Kazakhs. The likes of Saken Seyfulin, Magjan Jumabayev, Mirjakib Dulapov, Sultan Mahmud Toregurov, and Alhan Bukikhanov, all of these great people in the past, they used to lead the nation in early 20th century. And in particular, one date which comes to my mind is 1920. In 1920, there was a meeting of Kazakh elite, Saken Seyfulin, Alhan Bukikhanov, and the reason we met is because Alhan Bukikhanov represented the Alash Orda, which was the Union for Democratic Kazakhs, who believed in liberty, who believed in independent Kazakhstan at the time. And Saken Seyfulin had a vision of Kazakhstan being a part of Soviet Union, of Kazakhstan perishing under the flag of Soviet Union. They were two great men, but they had separate vision. And if I was able to travel back in time, I would have went back into this particular date, and I would have sat with these two leaders and tell them, guys, you are great role models for younger generation. You are the role models for older generation. You are great Kazakhs. One of the greatest Kazakhs ever lived. But you have failed at some stage of history. They might ask me, who you are, son? I'm going to tell them, I'm a time traveler from 20th century. First of all, they might think that I'm crazy. But later, they realize that my English is better than my Kazakh, so they understand that I'm actually telling the truth. And I'm going to sit with them. They might ask me a lot of questions about the future, but I'm going to tell them, guys, it doesn't matter what's going to happen in the future, as long as you two are not shaking hands, as long as you two not share the same vision. That's the thing. Because the thing is, if these two leaders would have reached an agreement, our country would have went absolutely a different direction. I'm telling you this with confidence, 100%. I'm going to tell them the facts which were as a result of their actions of not being together. For instance, in 1930s was one of the most disastrous years and decades in Kazakh history, caused by the Great Jute or Golodomor. And it could have been prevented if these two leaders and leaders alike, Magjan Jumabayev and Alhan Bukikhanov, Saken Seyfulin, all of them, if they would have been together, we would have figured out how to survive in these years, how to share the provision, And I'm telling you, they might think at this particular moment, I have ambitions, political ambitions. Second Fluid might think. Alexander Kossamanov had strong arguments against Second Fluid, but if I would have told them, you are here and you have to be here, and in order to be here, you have to take a mutual decision. Unite for the good of your descendants, for the good of your nation. And if I would have convinced them, it will be absolutely different story. I'm telling you. For instance, in 1920, Kazakhs were the second Turkic nation by population, with a population of 5 million people. In comparison, Uzbeks were only 2 million people at the time. And because of this Holodomor virus, which was not only in Kazakhstan but also in Russia and Ukraine, a lot of people died. And nowadays our population is only 16 million people, and it could have been 30 million people, it could have been 40 million people even, which will result in more jobs, in more economic development, in a vast majority of professionals working for the good of our country. So think, just imagine for a moment, alternative Kazakhstan, what it would have been with the great leaders of the past uniting for the better, for brighter Kazakhstan, for our future. Just imagine. And I'm confident that we're doing well. Our country being independent for 25 years, which is great. But just for a second, imagine if we would have been independent for 100 years. Probably Kazakhstan will not participate in the Second World War. Probably my grandfathers will see their fathers, because both of my grandparents passed away in the Second World War. And also a lot of smart minds would have been kept in the country, but not leaving our country for a better future. And I'm urging you, younger generation, I see you, younger generation is confident about superheroes, etc. But we have our own superheroes. Just learn it. Thank you.